Welcome back for another Inventor video. In this video, we're going to be doing Lesson 2 Guide Block. So it would be Exercise 4 in your book. So what we're going to start out by doing is we're going to start out by drawing the face of this. Now generally when I create a part, I try to create it with as few operations as possible. So with this one, I'm actually going to be able to create this in 2 operations. If you use a couple more, that's okay. You still have the same result. And it's also okay to have more operations if you have a drawing intent, a certain drawing intent. What I mean by that is if if you think maybe something might change on the part, and it makes it easier for you to make changes to it by creating separate features, that also makes sense. So first off, I'm going to start by selecting my sketch, and it doesn't really matter what plane you pick. I usually just pick the XY plane. For this one, I'm going to pick, let me think here, I'm going to pick the XZ plane, just because. No other reason than I just want to change it up. Now, it does matter if you're going to create something here in Inventor, and then you're going to bring it into a CAM package, or maybe PCDMIS, which is our software that we use to program our CMM. Then it will make a difference. Your best bet is to draw it the way that it would be sitting in the machine, but you still have the option in those packages to move things around. So it's not the end of the world if you don't draw it in the right plane. All right, so I'm going to start off by just kind of rough drawing this part. All right, so there's basically what our part looks like. Not completely, but a very basic representation of our part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start dimensioning this. And I always start with the largest dimensions first, and I'll show you why I do that. So if I were to dimension this, now I would say that this is 1.25. Okay, so it stretched the whole thing. Sometimes it doesn't do that. Sometimes what it'll do is you'll end up with something like this. It'll do something crazy, which makes it kind of hard to see what you're doing again. It makes it kind of hard to apply dimensions. But this one turned out okay, so it's no big deal. 3.75. Okay, so see, something like that is what it will do, which isn't a big deal because I can just drag this so that it makes sense again. And this one here, this is 60 degrees, 60 point, and it looks like from here to here is 1.5, and it looks like from here to here is 1.75. This distance here is 0.75. Okay, and then we need this angle, which is going to be 25. All right, so we're fully constrained right now, but we're still missing the hole, and we're going to extrude that through as well. The reason I'm going to extrude that through now is because it goes through the whole part. So there's no reason not to extrude it. The only reason that I would have maybe for not extruding that is maybe if it was going to change somehow, but I can still change it in here, so it's not a big deal. So I'm just going to draw, looks like a 0.75 hole. And I'm just going to dimension that to 1.5 and 0.75. Okay, and we're fully constrained, as I can see down here in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, so now I'm ready to extrude this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit finish, and I'm going to extrude it. And let's see here. So we're going to extrude this to a distance of 1.5. 1.5, enter. Check. Okay, so there is my part. Now, what I can do here is I can start on this face, create another sketch. And for this one, I'm just going to create a rectangle. And I'll extrude that out and cut it out. So if I create 0.25, and I believe these are all supposed to be 0.25. All right, and just give my overall so it's fully constrained, and that looks good. All right, so I'm gonna hit finish, and we're gonna extrude that and make it a cut. Select that. Now, I just need to see how deep I need to go there. The overall height of this is 1.75, so that means I need to go 1.5, which it already is, and hit check. And there is my part. So that took all but about 6 minutes. Very easy part to draw. Did it in 2 operations. Not too difficult, but it's a good beginner part. As always, if you have questions, you can see me during my office hours, or of course you can talk to me during class.